Hey kittens, this is Cat, and today I'm with Nihongo Gamer.
Hello.
The decline of Pokemon Go. It's already happening.
So we've got this really great graph which you can't really see here.
It goes like,
but it goes up and then down, and it doesn't show any signs of suddenly going back up. Even with a new update, I think Niantic could give like a bump again, but I don't think that'll ever send it going back up.
Especially the appraisal feature, the new one.
Yeah, the appraisal feature is a bit rubbish.
That's not something that would bring you back to the game.
Yeah, I don't think so. So the question is,
what really surprised me in Japan, like after a week, there were loads of people not playing it anymore.
Yeah.
Japan has fads, like whatever is popular in Japan is there it goes so quickly, it goes over so much quicker than in any other country I've ever seen. In Japan, it's just like always the newest thing is the most exciting thing. And if everyone's doing it, you're doing it. If no one's doing it, you're not doing it anymore.
It's a really fun culture to be a part of because it doesn't really exist anymore where I come from. So you come to Japan, it's kind of fun to be part of something which is just, it's all Matsuri now, and then it's like, okay, Matsuri's over and it's back to work.
Yeah, but sometimes I find that a bit sad because it goes so quickly. I mean, like seriously, after a week people weren't playing it.
Pokemon Go is already very fad-like. I mean, when we think about it, it isn't even it isn't structured like a game. You explore a lot, and you discover a lot, and you can collect a lot, but it doesn't have game mechanics in the way that a lot of other games have. There is you could collect them all, but it's not like you can just play the game really hard and do it. You would have to actually travel quite a lot. Like, there was a guy, I think, who went to a few different Asian countries to get the 4 Pokemon that you can't get in America.
Oh,
stuff like
wow, I'm impressed.
Right, but you can't expect most players to do that. Whereas you can expect people playing Final Fantasy to get to the end of the game.
Yeah. I mean, but then again, it's an app game, and generally all popular app games have no ending, so you can constantly make money from it.
There is the illusion in most games, in app games, that there is an end. Like, oh, if I get to the end of cave number 6, then it'll be over and I'll be happy, but then of course there's always cave 7.
I think the bigger problem is actually that not that there's no end, but if you are playing it in your own area, you'll always get the same Pokemon.
Yep, there's that.
And that's the thing that even I am at this point where I'm like, seriously, Pidgey? You can't improve much in your own area because it seems to be the same thing. Yes, of course, sometimes new ones respawn, but if you're unlucky and you live on the countryside or somewhere where there are not so many Pokemons generally around, there's just nothing you can do. And also, sometimes you have this moment when you have like an app game and you want to sit down with your app game at home and game a little bit on it.
That's right, you can't get into it because it is designed to only be casual. You run up against a wall. In most games, it's a pay wall.
Yes.
But in Pokemon Go, you hit the wall. Can you even pay your way through it?
It's like
you can't even pay extra money to just...
Well, you can... The best thing you can do is probably get yourself like some incense. Hopefully it will attract a good Pokemon, but unluckily you might just get lots of Pidgeys and a Rattata.
This game was destined to always just kind of settle back down.
See, what they've done wrong is make the level system.
So what are the benefits of leveling up?
So, once you level, like, for example, once you go
5, you get to choose your team.
Yes, 5 choose your team. I think 12 is when you start getting Great Balls instead of just normal Pokeballs. Great Balls!
Someone wrote in the comments, it's like, I've got a Great Ball, it's the other one that's the problem. So you guys write some great comments.
Guys, thank you.
They're good.
So you have level 5, level 12.
Great Balls at 12. And then after 12?
After 12, there is not so much happening so far. Maybe you've leveled up further.
Really? There's nothing outside of Great Balls? The game is all about Great Balls, that is the goal. If you follow any of these videos, you'll know that from the start, from a week before the game even launched in Japan, I was like, I don't really see how this is going to work. And now that it's not working, I'm like, well, I told you so.
I still like the game, but I mean, like,
it's fun. Collecting is
fun, very special theory I'm gonna tell you in a moment. You level up, but it gets really hard to level up, like 17, 18, it's just like you have to capture so many Pokemon and evolve so many and do so much to get XP, and it just gets like, ugh.
I heard it would take you like 40 days non-stop before you could actually get past the level cap, which is the max. Like, there's a maximum level, right? It's like 40.
Right.
And I think you would have to play like for over a month without sleeping.
Usually when you level up, you get a bit of like a gratification feeling out of it. But because they make it so hard, you don't get so much gratification, so you come less back to the game, which is actually what they, what you want.
What they really screwed up is that it is actually on your phone an app, and most apps have these goals and objectives. And where Pokemon Go kind of failed is that it was always going to only be a fad unless they had built in achievable goals, like a ladder. It should have been like, collect all the electric Pokemon, or collect all the leaf Pokemon.
You get badges for that.
Yeah, you get badges, but they should be, you know,
something else.
Missions that you can select.
So also with leveling up, is one thing they missed to do, and that would have been perfect, is that once you are up to level 10, you get the Pidgeys and the Rattatas. Once you level up over level 10, you get other Pokemon in your area.
Should have unlocked Pokemon, through levels.
Once, like, you can only see certain Pokemon when you're in your 10s, in your 20s, in your 30s.
Yeah.
That would work, because then you have a reason to level up to a certain level, going like, no, if I level up to level 30, I can see those and those Pokemon. Usually, if you play, for example, Utsuhime, or if you play any of the other games, what they all have is a login bonus.
When she says all of the other games, she's talking about if you play any of these games where you have to collect characters.
Collect characters, which is, you know,
there's usually a gameplay element as well. Yeah.
And in all of those, you generally have a reason to come back and log on.
Yeah.
Like, they send you a newsletter, or there is a newsletter saying, hey, by the way, if you come back on that day, we have a special happening. Or there are no special events right now. Ooh, by the way, if you log in, like, every day, you get, like, an item or something.
Yeah, there's none of that. There's none of that. This game is aimed at the Western audience. Every way you look at it, it is not structured like a Japanese app game. And all the Japanese app games, they've learned the way to do it.
Yep.
Login bonuses every day.
Lots.
Special events. At least one every single week.
Satisfaction.
Bonuses, goods, mission objectives, quests. All of these things are really well understood in the Japanese market space, which is how you have things like Puzzle and Dragons, which is doing really well, and Brave Frontier.
It makes you addicted to the game in a certain sense, and I think that Pokemon Go had that addictiveness.
It's not just addictive, it's rewarding.
Yeah.
There's no reward for Pokemon Go.
Wait, what?
Apart from the self-indulgence of, yeah, I got them all, there is no other reward, is there?
To be honest, coming from a person, I collected all the Pokemon in the original game. And it took me so much time. It took me months to collect all of them. You can't easily do that. So once you get all of them, you feel like you've achieved something. So that is something to work towards, and that's something I work towards too. So I understand that, which brings me to my theory. The reason why this is dropping is because some people just played it because it's a fad. Some people are still playing it because they still somehow enjoying it. But the fat people who just went on there, they don't even know Pokemon. There are loads of people who don't really know Pokemon and don't really care about Pokemon. They just play it because, oh, yeah, I've seen that once. Or like, oh, I was on telly when I was 12. And so people just hopped onto the bandwagon.
And that is the majority. That is where the millions and millions of downloads came from.
Definitely the majority is going to be people who hopped on the bandwagon and now got bored of it and tired of it, which I understand. But if you're really passionate about the game, or overly passionate about the game, you still want to play it because you want to collect all of them and stuff. But then, on that point, Niantic is not really throwing you any hints
to do. There is nothing to do.
Yeah,
there's nothing to do in the game.
Well, there is stuff to do.
No, there isn't. There's nothing to do.
There is stuff to do.
There's nothing to do in Pokemon Go.
No,
you just catch Pokemon, and then when you've got them, there's nothing to do except bring them to the gym and fail.
Pokemon, since the Pokevision is down. That's the thing that actually made it harder.
Pokevision could have made this game could still be fun.
Yes, if you
and now that it's gone.
I think also what they lack is events. If they, for example, say, okay, for 1 week we do this, like whatever. Whenever you're close to water, you'll definitely get a very, very strong Pokemon. Water Pokemon, at least one or something. But you can speak weeks and not get the Pokemon that you want, and that's probably very frustrating, and people just go like, nah.
Honestly, Pokemon Go is always going to find it difficult because they will eventually run out of Pokemon. Even if they release the next 100 Pokemon and they increase the number to 250 before Christmas, what's their strategy for January? Just release another 200 Pokemon? And then they're going to very quickly, within a space of 1 year, run out of Pokemon, when at least with other app games, they can actually just draw new characters. There's too much pressure because they can only use Pokemon up until Nintendo has run out of Pokemon to give them. They can't just create random new Pokemon for Pokemon Go. Or can they?
I don't think they will run out of Pokemon that quickly. Over 1,000 Pokemon that are there, and it's going to grow now because we have Sun and Moon coming up as well.
They need a maintainable strategy to continuously grow and continuously make money.
Yes.
Because at the moment, it's just, we gave you everything you always wanted. The ability to catch Pokemon in real life. Okay, now we've all done it. Now let's all just get back to our real lives.
Yeah, they don't. That's one of the things I find is like, it seems like they throw it all there, and then they maybe handle like the errors and the bugs, and they were probably fixing bugs most of the time. Probably that's why they're so busy. But now they're just like, well, you do your stuff. They're just leaning back a little bit, like, oh, you do your stuff. Oh, we have appraisal feature now.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. So, you know, there is nothing really happening, and I think the problem is there's a gap between those people who pretty much already have all of them. They're like, well, no, I don't need to play this anymore.
Yeah.
And then the people who don't have all of them, and they're like, I can't get there anymore.
They need to turn it into a game. A game which is maintainable and actually has a strategy, rather than just being a cool novel idea which everyone tried once and now they're done with it.
I like the game.
You can't like the game, there is no game.
Like I said, it's pretty much like most app games where you collect stuff.
Yeah, but there's usually a mechanic. The kinetic fun of moving things around. There's not much more than flick or spin and flick. I could play Tetris over and over and over and over and over. They wouldn't have to do an update and I could continue to play Tetris for many years to come. That's how important a game mechanic is.
I don't think you're playing enough app games though, because most app games are like that. Sometimes with them you just touch the screen, that's all you do. And then
I've played some of them and I don't
that's all
play
you
them
do. And
twice.
some of them are really popular, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So I think for an app game, that's as much as most app games get. It's even a bit more than most app games do. It is an app game, and app games are like that. So you will always hit that barrier, and some of them don't have great gameplay. And it is usually generally there to play it just on the train for 5 minutes while you're going somewhere else and stuff. So
yeah.
App games, I know as a gamer, they don't give you the same satisfaction as a proper game or an RPG. I love RPGs.
Yeah.
But app games are sometimes literally just touch, 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 flick, 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 spin, spin, spin. That's all you get.
Well, let us know what you think. Pokemon Go is on the decline. There are graphs showing that it is showing no signs of coming back up. But are you going to quit Pokemon Go, or are you going to keep playing?
Yeah, and what is your idea to make Pokemon Go more popular? Should they do the event? I'd love if they did like random events, like for a week.
They will have to. If they
or
don't.
should they have a login bonus? That's another thing I'd like them to do. Or something that you get by level.
Actual missions and objectives.
That's not going to happen. I don't have the feeling
it should be this weekend. You have until Friday to go and find 3 Pikachu. We're not going to tell you where, but just do it.
And if you got that, you got like an egg with really good CP or something. Right now, you just get eggs like thrown at you and really, really random. And then you walk like for 10 meters and you get like a Magikarp.
It's ultra unrewarding.
Yeah.
It's punishing. This game is punishing.
So what they actually should do is, for example, if you do the Pikachu challenge and you get the Pikachus, then you get like a very strong Pikachu and an egg or something.
Niantic has hundreds and hundreds of YouTube videos of people suggesting great ideas. Yes. If they don't take any of them, then it serves them right.
You're so negative today.
I'm playing Negative Nick, or whatever is that what they call him?
I don't know, who's that?
I don't know. So don't forget to click on the playlist.
Top right of the screen, there's more stuff where we play Pokemon Go and we discuss and stuff and lots happening.
I do enjoy Pokemon Go.
You don't really play it.
I'm just not into it because there's nothing to be into.
Well, you haven't even reached level 12, come on.
I haven't even reached level 7.
Oh.
My balls are not that great.
Anyways.
Bye.
See you, bye. Today we're going to talk about the new feature on Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go appraisal.
You should read it out really sassy.
Candela Spark.
Like, I always thought CP was the strongest, and it was like, nah, Kathy, not happening.
Let's try it.
But there's a Pokemon.
Can you focus for like 1 minute? Let's have a look at your mom, shall we?
I'm just a little bit hurt right now. I'm just hurt. Holding up the face may not be great in battle.
Your face may not be good in battle. Your magic wand will get the job done.